Call to order this special called meeting of the Siloam Springs Board of Directors, June 12, 2023. Roll call.
Blair.
Yes.
Smiley.
Here.
Wiles. Hunt.
Yes.
Rissler.
Here.
Allen.
Here.
Carroll.
Here.
We have a full board. Thank you all for being here, and welcome to everyone that's in our audience. Thank you for coming. With that, Christina, I will turn this over to you for the screening committee recognition and input.
Good evening. I just wanted to recognize that there are several members of the committee here this evening: Jonathan Barnett, David Jackson, and Randy Torres, as well as the board member Lisa Rissler. And you all are welcome to present any information that you would like to present this evening. Thank you.
Do I have to state my name and address?
Please, sir.
Okay, Randy Torres, 19208 Fisher Ford Road. Madam Mayor and City Board members and staff, we just want to say how honored we are to have been part of this process to be the screening committee. We feel like the opportunity that we had to get to know, first of all, what was important to our staff and our directors internally was very helpful, as we understood the attributes that would really foster a team environment for our city leaders, leader of leaders, so to speak. And I feel like we were able to really come up with some screening questions or interview questions that helped really solidify candidates that would really meet those specific needs of our personnel. That being said, our hope was to be able to present 5 candidates to you all. And we were hoping that if we really did a great job, that you all would have a very, very difficult time trying to decide on which ones to bring in. And I feel like maybe that is the case. I pray that that's the case. So all that being said, I think the candidates, of course, one pulled out, so we're left with 4. But I would just say that, internally speaking, when you think about culture, when you think about your people, staff, leadership, and so forth, we pretty much covered it with all these candidates. I think if I would implore you, it would be to really think about the bigger picture, the strategy of what it might mean for this community for maybe 10 years from now. Who can paint that picture, that destination, and help our city staff and board get to that destination at some point. So anyway, again, just thank you so much for letting us be a part of that. And I would also state that I don't want to speak for all of us, but I think I am when I say that if we can continue to be of service to you all, bringing these candidates in, I would propose that I think Mayor Judy Nation as well as Arthur are 2 of the pillars of our community as far as our leaders of the community and the business community. I think it'd make a lot of sense to have both of you a part of that process of welcoming and getting to know these candidates. And then also elect any of us committee members to be a part of that process as well. We're happy to be a part of that. So anyway, thank you all for your time and for allowing us to be a part of the process. And I feel a little bit like I'm kind of going through withdrawals because I haven't been with our committee today. And as much time as we spent last week with each other, I'm kind of feeling a little funny being away from them all. So anyway, appreciate the relationships that we forged together as a committee.
Thank you, Randy. David?
Good evening. I'm David Jackson, 603 North Dogwood Street in Siloam. Randy, I'm missing you too, so feelings mutual. I also want to thank this board for allowing the committee that was appointed, the 4 of us with Lisa helping represent, give us the autonomy and freedom to go through a very structured process, to take a list of questions, ask each candidate, and look at and evaluate the answers of those candidates to try and sort and sift through the people who applied to try to find viable candidates, good candidates for the city administrator position. As we've talked, we're going through a process. First, we collected resumes, and then we sorted and sifted through those resumes. Then we did video interviews, and we sorted and sifted and rated through those interviews, the video interviews. Now, the next step is to have 4 individuals come to Siloam or an interview with folks in person, and even the local candidates. We interviewed them video as well, so that we were looking at everyone from a equal playing field. With that next step, I think, is to interview in person, and then see if the in-person interview feeling that you get from the individuals matches with what we have experienced on the video interview. And the other thing that we tried to do, and I think as a committee we were quite successful in doing, was looking at each candidate independently, ranking their qualifications or their characteristics or the meat of what we were trying to get to in the questions that we asked, and then and doing that independently for all the candidates. And then we came back and said, okay, how would you really measure the individual candidates? What are the pros and cons? Because we knew that we weren't going to find a unicorn that had every characteristic that we were looking for. We really wanted to find the individuals that had most, and that we could fill in the gaps with staff and other resources. So I want to thank you for letting us all be involved in it. And as Randy said, we are willing to participate to whatever level you as a board would like us to from here forward. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Jonathan Barnett, 604 Hickory Lane, Siloam Springs. Well, we all got along really well. As they mentioned, we bonded. I think they were a little unsure about me on the first meeting, and they got past it, and we did really good. But anyhow, I kind of sometimes maybe a little bit harder to get to know. But we were thinking that we got so close and so good that we want to actually be an ad hoc committee, and we're going to help you all hire and fire all your future employees, City of Siloam Springs. We reached the conclusion that we're that good. And but anyhow, everybody has a little bit of a diverse background. 3 of us, like I said the other night, were kind of born and raised here and been here a long time, and our families have been raised here, so we're definitely community members, and a lot of us have a lot of history about Siloam in the past, and sometimes it's easier to go forward when you've had a lot of past experiences, and I think that we all contribute a lot in those particular areas. Renee, I see you looking at me like that, I see that.
Well, but then Jonathan, one of them's a Texan.
There you go. Okay, there you go. But anyhow, one thing that we did do, and you all have seen the sheets, the scoring sheets. So the questions were pretty intense, and these people, to come up with an answer quickly, they had to be on their feet, and so we went into these interviews with a lot of depth, and then a lot of times after the interview was over with, we would spend upwards to an hour and a half discussing that candidate and why this person had different characteristics and qualities. And so we spent a lot of time, and all but Wednesday of last week we were full-time non-city employees. We didn't get paid. I understand we're not getting paid. Is that right, Lisa? Okay. But anyhow, so these were interviews that were done online. They were video. I hope all of you all have looked at all the video, because they were very good. Our first interviewer that we had that we liked, the audio worked great, but the video didn't work very good. So we probably were a little bit disadvantaged there. But anyhow, he's one of the people that we did select. So you're going to get to look at him. I think Randy told us early on that, sometimes you can interview somebody online like that and it can go really, really well. And then when you get down to one-on-one, it's just different and it doesn't feel the same. So I think Hopefully, every one of them go very well, but I would just encourage you all as a board to really spend some time with each one of these applicants. Since we spent the amount of time that we did, we really need for you all to do all the due diligence in the world and look at the interviews and then spend time with them. And I don't think you're going to have an easy decision. And I think you're all going to have a lot of questions, but I know you're very capable. We believe in what you're all doing. We believe in your ability to find that perfect candidate. Is there a perfect candidate? Probably not. But so we have a lot of confidence in you. We appreciate the confidence that you had in us. We actually enjoyed it. I think we all learned something. You know, sometimes you step out of your day-to-day activities into another element of your life, and there's a learning curve involved. And so I learned from each one of these individuals on the committee. They're my new best friends, and I learned a lot from the people that we interviewed. So thank you for the opportunity, and we'll be here if you need us. If you don't think you need us, then you're really good. So anyhow, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonathan. And Lisa, as part of the committee, would you like to make a comment?
Yeah, I really enjoyed working with the committee members. I didn't know some of the committee members when we went into it, and we really worked well as a team, and I really like that. Even if we disagreed, we found a way to agree, and we didn't look back, we looked forward, and everything was positive throughout the whole process. And I'm excited because they are challenging us, because those are good applicants that you guys are having to pick from. So, and I look forward to working with the board of directors on this too.
Thank you. So with that, our next item on our agenda is going into executive session. I would ask for a motion to adjourn to executive session to consider screening committee recommendations for the city administrator position.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Smiley.
Yes.
Wiles.
Yes.
Hunt.
Yes.
Rissler.
Yes.
Allen.
Yes.
Carroll.
Yes.
Blair.
Yes.
Motion is approved. We will adjourn to executive session, and when we return, we will reconvene, and if there is any action to be taken, we will announce that at that time. Thank you. Call this special call meeting back to order. There are no motions to be made. It was decided that we would like to move forward with the 4 candidates that the committee has suggested as the 4 top candidates. We have asked that Lisa get with HR, working to get those interviews set up, and once that has happened, then we will go from there. We will probably end up having another special called meeting to discuss, again, the hiring of the administrator once we have gotten that together. So with that being said, do I have a motion to?
Madam Mayor,
I'm
if
sorry.
I may interrupt.
Yes,
quickly.
sir, you may.
If you did decide a course of action to go forward, you do need to publicly vote on that.
Absolutely. Then I would ask for a motion that we are moving forward with interviews for the 4 top candidates
So moved.
from the committee. Is that correct, Jay?
Yes.
Okay.
So moved.
We have that
Second.
motion and a second. Thank you, Jay. Roll call.
Wiles.
Yes.
Hunt.
Yes.
Rissler.
Yes.
Allen.
Yes.
Carroll.
Yes.
Blair.
Yes.
Smiley.
Yes.
Motion is approved. With that, I would ask if we have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you.